I mean, Tamashii Nation, y'all might as well go ahead and give us Hashirama, make y'all a little extra money. You know y'all want to do it. Only thing y'all have to do is remove the sash right here and then do a new head sculpt with a few new faces. Hey, there's $64 more in your pocket. Go ahead. Y'all know y'all want to. And I'm going to buy it. This is what y'all been waiting for, right? Time to review the God. The most badass bad guy to ever step foot on land in anime. Well, one of them, because that's my opinion. But let's get into it. Uchiha Madara. Or Madara or Madara. Whatever you want to say, it don't matter. We are here with the long-awaited review. I said this back in 2014. It was October. I know that much. October of 2014. I said if they ever make a Madara figure, I am going to get it. And here it is. I haven't pulled it out of this brown packaging yet, but oh my god, I am stoked for this figure. So I hope y'all can deal with my fanboying throughout this review. So let's go ahead and get into it and pull this guy out. I'm not even going to take it off camera. I'm going to do this on camera for you guys to see as I cut this guy out of the brown shipper. You see I did it with the Batman knife. So let's go ahead and get this guy out of here. Like I said, please, please, please forgive my fanboying. This is one of my most favorite bad guys, period. And badasses, look at that. Man, I'm stoked. Let's take a look at this sexy packaging before I start fanboying about this figure. And the sexy packaging is sexy because it's Naruto packaging. You got SH Figuarts right there. I'm pretty sure that says Madara Uchiha. Naruto to Boruto could be promoting the new game that I will be getting. Tamashii Nation's Bandai, you know it's real. Uchiha Madara with that badass grin right there. Uchiha Madara on the side. Stuff down here that don't matter. Cool image of him right here again. I'm pretty sure that says Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Madara on the back, completing this image that's right here. And you got some cool poses you can get him into with his weapons that I'll talk about in just a sec. Man, this is awesome. And then you got this stuff down here that don't matter. So sexy packaging, of course, and you can see him in there. That is what makes it beautiful. But yeah, sexy packaging. Now let's go ahead and cut this guy out of here. Now, right out of the packaging, I gotta say, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's Madara. How can you not? But oh my god. I was a little worried, not gonna lie, because this piece right here was off. But if you guys get this and you see that these pieces are hanging off in the plastic somewhere when you get it, don't worry. They pop on pretty easy. You just hook them in there and it works well. So I'm glad they did that way, just in case you don't have to worry about breaking these when you take the arms off. So that was a pretty clever way of doing that. I give them that. But man, this looks so awesome. If you guys don't have it and you like Naruto, get it. I am a very big Naruto fan, which is why I can't even explain how stoked I was for this figure. I do have a few issues with it that I will discuss, and mostly it's due to inaccuracy, and one part of this figure is just horrible in my opinion, but somehow I'm going to have to manage to look over it because of who the character is. So with that said, let me go ahead and put this guy back for a second so we can take a look at his height. Now, height-wise, this badass guy right here stands about 5.5 inches to his forehead and a little bit over 6 to the top of his hair. I'd say 6.2. So he's about the same size as Super Saiyan God Goku, the one I just reviewed. So if you guys watch that review, then you'll know what to expect. But we'll show some size comparisons a little bit later on. He does look to be the right size, just holding him and playing with him as much as I have. I think it's accurate, but as always, I'll show some size comparisons a little bit later. Moving right along. Now for the articulation with this guy, you guys should already know what to expect. There are a lot of places on this guy that are hindered, which kind of sucks, but it really can't be helped unless Mezco would have made this guy or something, then It's just nothing you can do about it. Right here, his collar is a whole lot shorter than it actually is, and that's just for him to be able to move his head at all. So it makes sense that they did that. I'm very big on accuracy when it comes to Naruto, but this is understandable. His head can't look back pretty much at all, as you guys can see, and it's mostly because of his hair and the armor. He looks down not well at all, and his head will come off if you try to force it. Didn't know that was going to happen. But also, you guys can see now that his collar is a soft plastic. So I didn't know that, but hey, I just learned something doing this review. Now, he looks down about that much, not much. He can pivot just a little bit to the side, neck pivot. But as you guys can see, this right here, his armor is in the way. And of course, it's going to be in the way when you try to move his arm. His arm goes up about, if I force it, probably about that much. Soon this piece will pop off if you try to force it anymore. But he does have a swivel right there, which is good. Double jointed elbows. His hands are on a ball peg, and they're not very limited by this part of the glove, so you can move his hands pretty well. He does have a diaphragm joint right in there, and he has a waist swivel, but there's nothing much you can do with it at all, simply because of this armor piece right here. Which, I mean, there's really nothing they could have done about that. They could have made it into two pieces like Deadshot, the SH Figuarts version, but then you would have had this bottom piece getting all up in there and screwing it up every time you tried to pose him anyway, so it really wouldn't have made a difference. And as for these right here, of course, they move up and out, kind of like Scouter Vegeta. This right here is a soft plastic, which is a good thing, but unfortunately for Madara, this thing closes completely all the way around him. So you try to move his legs out, this is about as much as you can get it before it starts to just force it back. So if you do it too much, as you guys can see, it just pulls back. So I mean, you really can possibly pose him, and I'll try some towards the end when I take some shots, but not very much at the legs. He does have a swivel right here. It doesn't have the drop down method, although it looks like it. He has double jointed knees, but once again, because of this, kind of pointless. Unfortunately, at the bandages, he doesn't have any swivel right here, so you just have to turn his leg from up, and it actually turns a whole lot better than I thought, as you guys can see. So really, you don't need anything right there. Now at the ankles, his foot goes down that much, up that much. He has extremely good ankle pivot. That's one thing I'm happy about. And he does have a toe hinge. Now I will say these feet look absolutely horrible, horrendous, but I will get into that a little bit later when I talk about the issues I have with this guy, other than articulation, as you can see. Moving right along to accessories. Now for accessories, he comes with his Hashirama face, which I'm pretty sure everyone loves. It's not completely accurate because his mouth isn't open, but whatever. Glad they gave it to him. He comes with fist hands, just like he should. Every action figure should. He comes with a pair of slightly open hands. This is from when he was performing a jutsu. If you guys know it, leave it in the comments. I know. But if you guys don't, oh well. He comes with his jutsu hands, which is perfect. He comes with the one that Itachi comes with, where you can put that in there. And this is from when he was activating his reanimation cancel, basically. I don't remember the name of it, but he stopped himself from being destroyed when the reanimation was canceled. I know, badass. Who else can do that? He comes with these hands, which are for gripping his scythe, which I'll show in a second. And I honestly wish that they would have made at least one of these open, because he doesn't come with any slightly open gripping hands, which means that he can't use a kunai. I don't know why they do that, but they make it to where Naruto figures can't hold kunais. But whatever, I got that covered. I'll show that off a little bit later anyway. He comes with a pair of crossed arms, of course. You saw these when I showed him off earlier. He comes with two facial expressions. They're both, well, actually this one's just normal, but it's so cool. I don't know if anyone's noticed this. I hadn't seen anyone say it in their review, but actually these eyes right here are of the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. I don't think anyone has said that, but this is not the regular Sharingan. This one has the regular Sharingan with his mouth slightly open where he's getting ready to attack or something like that. So I'm glad they gave us something different. It's very small, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, most people won't even notice it. But it's cool that they did that. He also comes with his scythe, another weapon that he used in the Second Great Shinobi War when he was fighting alongside the Nine Tails against Hashirama. Hopefully you guys know that. And one thing that I really appreciate is this chain piece right here where you connect the weapons together. I dig this. It's made of actual metal, and that's one thing I just dig. It's so awesome. You plug it in there like that, and then you just connect it to his other weapon, which I will show, which I am also glad that they included. For you guys that don't know, this is called the Gunbai. It's a weapon that's been passed down from the Uchihas from generation to generation. And I'm a Naruto nerd, so I know all of this. It's my most favorite anime, and this has a smudge on it. Oh, come on. Oh, well, it's small. But yeah, the Gunbai, and that's all he gets for accessories, but it's pretty decent. I just wish he would have came with a pair of gripping hands. That's what bugs me the most, but that doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm pretty sure I can find a pair of hands to fit him perfectly. So moving right along to some size comparisons. Now for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, which we will be getting another version of, and the SH Figuarts Minato, who appears to be a little bit too small. I've always said that, and honestly, I think Madara is a little bit too small as well. I think he should just be a tad bit taller, because I know he's much taller than Naruto and Sasuke. But anyway, moving on. Now here he is standing next to still the tallest Naruto figure that we have, Kakashi Hatake, and the youthful young beast, Rock Lee. Honestly, I feel like he should be about the same size as Kakashi because I think they were around the same height, which he's not much smaller, but I guess probably the figures of the kids or the Genin Chunin are just too tall maybe. That might be what it is, I'm not sure, but I don't know, he just seems to be out of scale in my opinion. Now here he is standing next to my most favorite anime character of all time, the SH Figuarts first release, Sasuke Uchiha, and the most badass Uchiha, well I'm not going to say most badass, but the most honorable cool Uchiha, Itachi Uchiha. And man, this trinity just looks so awesome. I can't wait till we get Obito. They just need to go ahead and drop Obito so we can just have all four of them. Man, this is badass. Now, my final thoughts on this figure are that it's great. I am going to enjoy having it simply because of who it is, but it does have some issues. The number one issue with me is these feet. These feet are just god awful. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the paint is just all screwed up. It's blocky, it's caked up. There's spots where the black doesn't even connect, and then you see some of his skin tone on the black, and it's terrible. I don't know why they didn't just fully make him from the war arc and go with closed sandals, because on Minato, the feet actually look good, and I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but they suck pretty bad at doing the Naruto feet. I guess it's because they're not used to doing sandals, but these look decent. It's probably the best that we've gotten out of all of them. But this is no. This is just a straight up no. This dropped the figure a little bit for me on the scaling of what I was going to rate it, definitely. But another thing that bothers me is the fact that, like I said, this is Madara from the Second Great Shinobi War. So what was the point of even giving us this face in the first place? I know they did it just to sell it, but it's extremely inaccurate. And honestly, I'm a person who's all about accuracy. I don't want to make it a big deal because it's not, but it's just the fact that if you guys were going to give us this face, give us reanimated Madara, why didn't you make it easy on yourselves and give us closed sandals to make this figure look a little bit better? And last but not least, the fact that he doesn't even come with kunai holding hands. Like we saw when he first came back, this dude killed almost all the Shinobi Alliance with just one kunai. He was stealing kunai from people left and right and just murking the shit out of people with it. And it bugs me that they didn't give him any kunai holding hands. And they did that same thing with Gaara. They did the same thing with Itachi. Gaara I can understand, but Itachi also holds kunai. So it's like, why are you guys not giving us these extra hands that we need? It's not an extremely big problem for me because Luckily, since Madara has these black gloves, I'm pretty sure I have a pair of hands that have open palms that I can use for him to hold kunai, but I don't know. It's some things that are lacking. Now, don't let what I'm saying right now take away from the figure, because this is an awesome figure. I can say that. The only issues are what I pointed out and the fact that a whole lot of articulation is kind of useless. And I feel like they probably could have just took that out of there. They could have just decided not to give us a diaphragm joint for one, and lowered the price in the places where the articulation can't be used. I understand they can't do that with the legs, but in the back and neck area, they could have saved us a little bit of money. But this is Bandai. They want every dollar they can get, and most of this figure is a brand new sculpt. So I'm guessing that's why they did it. But overall, solid figure. Don't want to ramble on. Don't want to sound like I'm ranting, because I am not. It's Madara Uchiha. I love this figure. I am very excited to have it in my collection. So if it sounds like I'm ranting, I'm sorry, guys. I am telling you right now that I recommend this figure. Still, with the issues I have with it, I will give it an 8.5 out of 10. Hopefully that's not because it's a biased opinion, but who's to say, because it's my favorite character. I don't know. But with that said, hope you guys liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on everything you see listed in the description below. As always, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.